Hello and welcome to FTTR. I'm Ian McQuaid and this is another instalment of the Studios series where I am reviewing various different WWE Studios films every Sunday. So if you've not watched one before, what are you doing? Hit subscribe, get notifications, you might get one every Sunday. And today I'm going to be talking about Fighting with My Family. Now this is a biopic? Yeah. Biopic, I'd say, about WWE wrestler Paige, and it's directed by Stephen Merchant. Now, Stephen Merchant is a British icon. I think the pairing of him and Ricky Gervais, particularly in The Office, is just stuff of legend. And who would have thought that Stephen Merchant would dive headfirst into the world of professional wrestling and give us one of the best wrestling films ever. Now that's not exactly a massive bar to jump over because there's only been amazing documentaries and then The Wrestler by Darren Aronofsky, so it's not a high bar, but Fighting with My Family is a truly brilliant film. Now it stars Florence Pugh as WWE superstar Paige, and she is amazing in this film. This was pretty much her breakout thing. She had other stuff going on at the time, so she was filming Black Widow and she was in Ari Aster's Midsummer as well, but here she completely encapsulates Paige. She gives the fire, she gives the confidence and the lack of confidence that we see in this film, that she's not fully confident in either her appearance or the standards that WWE are putting her up to. So there's a sequence where she goes to the Performance Center in Florida, Orlando, Florida, and some of the women there who are trying out for NXT are these, bikini models, and Paige very much doesn't fit the traditional view of what WWE think a female star should be. So the film's kind of about her breaking those conventions and becoming a top star in the company. Now I think the performances across the board in this film are terrific. Nick Frost and Lena Headey as her parents are just so lovable, amazing, beautiful wrestling fans in this film. They're so passionate, and as well, I'm blanking on the guy's name, I'll put it across my face, who plays her brother in the film. He's also terrific, and the relationship that Paige and him, I'm blanking on his name completely, I can remember all the others apart from his. The relationship that they have is beautiful. It's really nice. It's particularly focusing on the wrestling school and how she's becoming this massive star and he's not in the spotlight. That is a really interesting dynamic, and some could say it's traditional, but I think traditional really, really works for this. Now, another outstanding member of the cast is Vince Vaughn. Now, I'm not a massive Vince Vaughn fan. I think he's very, very similar in a lot of the things that he does. He was trying something new in True Detective, but didn't quite work. But here, his personality fits beautifully. I've said beautiful a lot, but I really think this film's just beautiful. It just is. But he really fits the type of the coach who's training, the mentor figure for Paige, the Mr. Miyagi, if you will. And from there, it is just a brilliant exploration of wrestling. It's not so deeply hardcore like Darren Aronofsky's The Wrestler was. That was a very sort of tragic end of a pro wrestler's career kind of thing, particularly a washed up star from the 1980s. Whereas here, it is about the bright young talent coming into the biggest wrestling company in the world. Now, it gives a lot of insight into the various workings of WWE, such as the promo classes and the way they just train in general, particularly the Performance Center. And it's not glamorized, but I think it's very Hollywood, the way that's presented. You hear stories about things not going so well over there. And yeah, it's not so much sugar-coated as other films, such as The Main Event, which we might talk about later, do. But Fighting with My Family really looks into the system and the way a wrestler, particularly in sort of the mid to early 2010s, rises up from there. I don't really have many criticisms with this film, other than that it's a little bit by the numbers, but I feel like it had to be by the numbers. It's that type of film, you know, it's an underdog story and it's a family drama, so you're going to get all these tensions and heartwarming moments at the end. So other than that, there's not one piece of this film that I would change. I would say this is by far probably the best by far the best WWE Studios film I have seen. And The Rock is also in it, of course. I think he produced it as well. The Rock got a little bit of an itch. Sorry. The Rock is not in it that much. I don't know how true the bits with The Rock are, but it's a nice addition. It's nice, heartwarming. It's always nice to see Dwayne, isn't it? He adds this level of superstardom to the film. And it's just really fun. A really fun wrestling dramedy. And I think Stephen Merchant deserves all the praise that I want him to do more. I want him to focus on all the other wrestlers. Maybe Stephen Merchant do a Daniel Bryan one. Maybe Stephen Merchant do a Hardy Boys one. Just give me these films, because he just does it in such a nice, fun, creative way that, yeah, I just eat them all up. It is really, really great, this film. Performances are outstanding, direction's outstanding, and the plot, while cliche, works. And if it ain't broke, sometimes you don't have to fix it. So that is my studio series review of Fighting With My Family. If I were to rate this film, I would give this, legitimately, because I love it so much, I've got the Blu-ray upstairs, I would genuinely give this 5 out of 5 because I love it. I've watched it multiple times and I would recommend it to anyone. Absolutely anyone, because you don't need to be a wrestling fan to enjoy this film. It is phenomenal. So thank you everyone for watching this video. If you've liked what you've seen, hit the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment. What's your favourite WWE Studios film? Always want to know that. And yeah, thank you everyone, and have a nice day.